Hey guys, this is Core's Audrey Cleo. With the arrival of GranTurismo to the PSP this month, which includes the voice of talk show legend Jay Leno, we wanted to share our exclusive interview with him from Core. With GranTurismo coming to the PSP, revving up with 800 cars, 35 tracks, and running at a gorgeous 60 frames per second, this racing juggernaut is also boasting some serious star power. Late-night legend and auto enthusiast Jay Leno. So I'm here at his Big Dog Garage in Burbank to chat with him about his involvement in the game, his passion for cars, and also taking a peek at his own collection of GT-worthy toys. Your garage is like the real-life GranTurismo garage. I mean,
it is kind of like that, actually. Now that you mention it, that was always sort of my dream as a kid, and yeah, that's it. Sure.
How do you decide what car you're going to drive every day? Is it something you're just like wake up and
I'm sure there are people with bigger problems, but you know what it is? All the cars here we've rebuilt and done ourselves, and some are obviously expensive classic cars like the F1 McLaren and some of that stuff. But a lot of them are just cars I like. I bought a Corvair ramp side for $600. It was up the street. I'm kind of like the Mia Farrow. When I see a car that needs to be adopted, I have to drag it home.
No, you're a fan of the GranTurismo game.
Oh, it's a great game, yeah.
What's your favorite thing about the game?
The cool thing about GranTurismo is, well, I'll give you an example. A friend of mine was racing, I think, as one of the Camaros in the GranTurismo game, and he just couldn't get it to do what it did on the track with Mark Donohue. Then he went back and he read Mark Donohue's book, Unfair Advantage, and he learned how Mark Donohue set up the car. Well, he then set up his car in the game exactly the way Mark Donohue had set it up in the book, and he set the record and beat the time. And I thought, well, that was pretty cool. I mean, the game is that accurate and that sharp. That's what I like. And if you do what the real race car drivers did to your sort of virtual car, you can achieve the same sort of result, which I thought was pretty amazing.
So tell me about your involvement in the game.
Well, I guess they heard that I had some unusual cars and they wanted to come here and record the sounds, which was great to me because I was one of those kids. I used to buy those records where other kids were playing the Beatles. I would have the record of the BRM 16-cylinder. My mother, what do you listen to up there? Shh, Mommy, you're the good part. And I would just play. I had Bugatti. I'd just play these sounds all day long. So I used to think, well, how do you get a job recording the sounds of race cars? That'd be a great job to have. So to me, they called me and said, hey, could we do this? I said, sure. And I didn't think about, you're supposed to get paid? I don't care. It would be fun to do. And then, of course, they said you want to add your voice to it. So I think it's a huge honor, and as someone who enjoys automobiles, and I try to be a spokesman for the hobby when I can. And yeah, it's a big thrill.
The left corner just after the climb will be easy to clear if you hit the apex just right. The chicane in the latter half is very tight, so brake heavy. Just remember, slow in, fast out. Just like making love.
Let's play a little auto association.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna name a car and you're gonna say the first thing that comes to mind.
All right.
Nissan GTR.
Technology tour de force. I think it's an amazing bit of kit, as the English would say. There's so much high-tech stuff crammed into it. If you didn't know what it was and you let your grandmother drive it or your mother drive it, they might think it's a Celica. You could drive it around town. It's not until you put your foot in it or click into one of the modes. You know, it's one of the few cars, because a lot of cars have comfort, street, and track mode. You press the 3 buttons and you go, there's not that much difference. And that car, it's like Transformer. You know, the whole thing, suddenly you're in track mode. Whoa, it's a whole different car. It physically transforms the car. Yeah.
Corvette ZR1.
Fast. Yeah, fast. That's about it. That's sort of that's the fastest car General Motors has ever built, and the most expensive car General Motors has ever built.
Tank car.
Oh, the tank car. Okay, well, that's just an example of the more money than brains club. We had this huge M47 patent tank engine, and we built a chassis for it. My friend Randy Grubb, he designed the body. if there's any upside to the car, it's the fact that when we got it, it had 2 big Stromberg carburetors on it, and it got 2 miles per gallon. It was 800 horsepower. We put Bosch fuel injection. We put 2 turbochargers on it. We put an Allison 6-speed double overdrive transmission. We upped the horsepower, doubled the horsepower to just about 1,600, and tripled the mileage to between 5 and 6. So if there's any upside to that, it's that modern technology can get you more horsepower and better fuel mileage.
55 Buick Roadmaster.
Well, I've had my 55 Buick Roadmaster now for like 34 years. It's the first car I had when I came to California. And you know, when you come to California, first to find a car, then you look for a place to live. That's the exact opposite of anywhere else. First you get a car, and you can always live in the car until you find a place to live.
Well, thanks for opening up your garage to us and letting us check out all your amazing cars.
Yeah.
And you know, if ever you feel like you need to unload one of them, maybe do a trade. I got a nice little Volvo out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
A Volvo?
so
Well, yeah. I'm looking for a boat anchor, so that'd be good.
PlayStation